The cultural approach to media studies will be used to explain how people communicate across time and space and how they are connected through the means of communication. Space and time is one of the four main themes of media society theory, which describes how media build bridges of communication across distance and time and gives different perspectives on how different means of communication brings about different aspects of people's experience and feelings. Multiple means of communication are the hubs that connect people living in different regions and time zones to communicate. In the pre-electronic era, people could only pass on information through people, trains, and letters, which usually took a lot of time. For example, on the battlefields of ancient China, soldiers could pass on messages by passing on tokens, delivering letters, lighting beacons, and beating drums through different sounds. Later, with the advent of the first generation of electronic media, including the telegraph, telephone, and radio, physical limitations were removed from communication between people. Carey mentions that telegrams are sent faster than trains. However, things like the telegraph were still limited by geography boundaries. In modern times, the internet and electronic devices such as mobile phones and computers are being liberated from the constraints of time-space. People from all over the world can exchange cultures, talk about politics, and get the most effective news on the internet. Give an example and discuss the relationship between media and culture using the media. In the early hours of 22 March, a terrorist attack took place in a concert hall in Moscow. Within hours of the incident, news and social media outlets in various countries immediately began to follow the events, with regular updates on the death toll and the Russian government's operational measures. This suggests that the internet is highly time-sensitive for people to communicate. At the same time, media outlets such as the British Broadcasting Corporation are picking up on the story, and people all over the world are talking about the recent disaster and beginning to dig for the truth behind it. In conclusion, communication as a bridge across time and space alienates the sense of physical distance, and the media as a means of communication recalls people's collective memory. The virtual space created by the internet become an extension of the real space of communication.